Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Not in real life. I've seen it in a movie, but not like in real life.
People in the area say they're surprised someone could get away with stealing an ATM. And it's the second time it's happened at Shields Arena in South Fargo. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Staff discovered the machine was missing this morning, and just a few hours ago, police found it. So why is this important to you? Well, as Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop reports, your information is potentially at risk.
How often do you use an ATM?
I'd say every Saturday.
Pretty often, a couple times a week.
ATMs make getting cash from locations like bars easy. But according to Bell State Bank, ATMs do have something similar to an encrypted hard drive in them. If you use that ATM, it stores your card number. So when an ATM is stolen, potentially your information is at risk.
I would hope that, I guess, the risk of it happening wouldn't be too high. But if it does happen, it's a huge risk because, you know, that's information right there. It's stuff I need. If I can't, you know, buy gas or buy lunch for the day, that's going to have a huge impact on the day.
This information isn't going to change Casey Hilburn's use of an ATM.
You just got to be proactive on taking control of your personal identity.
Do you check your bank account a lot?
Quite frequently, yeah. There's last week I had a strange purchase on my account.
Hilburn says in the end, it was only some bank fee. Fargo police say most criminals are going after the money when taking the ATM, not the drive. In Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
We are still waiting to hear from police on how the ATM was stolen from the arena, along with whether it was a one-person job or a group of people. Everything is back to normal at the Grand Forks International Airport after officials reported a suspicious item in a checked bag. The owner of the bag was questioned, but authorities could not determine what the suspicious item was. As a safety precaution, the airport evacuated about 100 passengers and employees. It was later determined that the item was not a threat, and airport operations resumed shortly after. The device was identified as a battery-powered white noisemaker, which was intermingled with other items. In this week's Valley's Most Wanted, Alfonso Peak was arrested early this morning in Benton County, Minnesota. He was wanted for dealing in stolen property. And a previous Valley's Most Wanted, which we reported on in July, has also been arrested. Amar Kovacevic was taken into custody yesterday by Border Patrol at the Minneapolis airport. He was returning to the U.S. and was wanted for felony forgery and counterfeiting. Another nice day with a little more sunshine for some, a little rain for others. Let's find out what's going on tonight from Hutch Johnson in First Weather. Hutch?
Yeah, most of the counties in our viewing area tonight enjoying quiet conditions, another summer-like day. We do have some showers in central Minnesota, and those are slowly shifting east, but Lake of the Woods and northern Beltrami County having the best chance at seeing sprinkles. To our west, in the western Dakotas, there are a few, but for Fargo and Grand Forks, it should be a very quiet evening. Temperatures slowly falling through the 70s, and that northwest wind will continue to be persistent above 10 miles per hour until just after sunset. Fergus Falls and Lakes Country slipping into the 60s by bedtime tonight with decreasing winds. In Grand Forks, expect low 60s by bedtime tonight as we cool off rather quickly. Coming up, we'll have a look ahead to your weekend, and we'll update you on any chances of wet weather in our forecast in a few moments.
All right. Thank you, Hutch. An independent third party will be investigating NDSU President Dean Brashani to see if he violated any of the state board's policies. The investigation will determine if Brashani's handling of media guidelines for athletic coverage broke any board rules. In a statement, Brashani says he welcomes the investigation. Board member Greg Stamen says he wants the independent third party to have no ties to NDSU.
He wanted to be a very independent third party.
Okay.
He suggested there would be no one that had graduated from any of our colleges, had any children going to any of our colleges, or had any connection at all. So we will be looking into that.
Donlan says the system office will start searching for an independent third party today. This is separate from the board review of Brashani's contract renewal in November. Police are looking for this woman who disappeared from a group home in Motley, Minnesota. The Cass County Sheriff's Office says 21-year-old Alice Wim was last seen wearing gray sweatpants and a red shirt. She's about 5 feet tall with dark brown hair and olive-colored eyes. If you see her, contact authorities at the number on your screen, 218-547-1424, or call 911. A Minnesota police officer and his canine helped a lost little boy find his way home. While out on patrol earlier this week, Officer Patrick Murphy and his canine partner, Sarek, found the 3-year-old boy wandering around. Officer Murphy says the boy was wearing pajamas, had no shoes, and told him he wanted to find his mom. The officer says the child didn't know where he was, so that's when he turned to Sarek for help. The canine picked up the boy's scent and used it to find his home.
He took me right up Victoria down an alley, and I got to the end of the alley. There was a toy truck in the front yard, and there's a front door of the house. The screen door is closed, the interior door is open a little bit.
Police say the boy wandered out of the house while everyone was sleeping. No charges will be filed. As for Sarek, he was rewarded for a job well done with his favorite toy. A Northern Valley town is bringing in the big guns to help get rid of summer's biggest pests. An Air Force team specializing in aerial mosquito spraying will be in Grand Forks this Tuesday and Wednesday to spray the base and possibly the city for the bugs from the air. Look for them between 8:30 p.m. and 1 a.m. both days. City and county leaders in northwestern Minnesota are getting closer to grabbing part of a multi-million-dollar state grant to improve the Red Lake River for everyone. The Red Lake River Corridor project is on the verge of receiving funding. Organizers say it will bring more and more visitors to their towns. The project includes 6 towns along the Red Lake River, from East Grand Forks to Fisher, Crookston, Red Lake Falls, St. Hilaire, and Thief River Falls. It's 128 miles of river that's actually designated as the trail. The project will add improvements to river access, plus more campgrounds and trails for hiking and biking at each of the towns. The idea behind all this is to make it friendly for everyone.
Absolutely. It helps the people that live here, number one, and then it attracts people from outside of our communities to come here. People from Manitoba, people from the Twin Cities, North Dakota, you name it, anywhere in the country, really.
The project has received a high priority rating from the Greater Minnesota Parks and Trails Commission. Like it or not, the end of the season is about here. Swimming pools in the metro area are shutting down soon. So if you want to take a dip before they do, here's the schedule. 4 of the 5 Fargo pools are done Sunday. The Island Park pool will remain open, though, until next Friday, a week from today. The Moorhead pool shuts down Wednesday. West Fargo's pool season is done a week from Sunday, and Dilworth's pool will remain open until Friday, the 26th.